There we go. Success. Now we're good to go. Let's see who we have back with us. Yay! If you're not logged into the app, please do so because the transmission in the app is so much clearer. And not only is the transmission clearer, but the sound is much, much better. Hi, Sharon Bunker. I cannot wait to see you this weekend. We are winding down the registration for Spring Fling Mini Boot Camp this weekend. We're about sold out. Just about. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Maria. Hey, Eileen. Let's see who we have watching over here. Hi, Laura. Hey, Omira. It's so much clearer and sharper on the app, isn't it? Let me show you what I'm going to do today. Look at these babies. Is that not gorgeous? Hi, Jill. Thanks for joining. Look, I worked until midnight here Tuesday night. You know, I have days that hit me that I don't get anything done but troubleshoot and admin. And I never get to sit down behind my nail desk. And it had been like 7 days since I had had some creative time. So all these little ladies were born in that. And I'm going to show you how to make these today. I love these. So let me set these aside. Again, I'll post my photograph this afternoon so I can link it to our tutorial here. I got this set up. These are just the milky white stilettos. This is our full cover pre-sculpted nails. And if you didn't catch last night's live, I am wearing the almond pre-sculpted nails, and I showed you how to fill those in and rebalance it. Can somebody let me know if the sound is okay, please? If I need to do any adjustment there. I would appreciate it. If you guys like these noonday lives, I'm going to try and keep them up. Especially our UK friends, our friends in a different time zone, when I go live at 7 o'clock at night, you know, they're already in bed and they're asking, Miss Tracy, would you please do an earlier live for us? It doesn't even have to be the same thing, so I'm going to try and accommodate them. Another noonday live we have coming up, I don't know when I'll put this in the schedule for, are these little ladies. Whoops, this is dual shift chrome. I'll be doing those. You have the same full coverage tip? Okay, good. So whenever I do an ombre, I like to start with a white nail because it makes your ombre really vibrant and it's going to make it pop. So we're going to need that. And some no buff. This is 01. Okay, good. Let's put some no buff on here so we don't have to get nail dust on my pretty station. How's your Thursday? I started to say Wednesday, but it's Thursday. typically today would be my Friday because I don't work on Fridays. I work too many hours during the week anyway, and I try to take Friday and Saturday. But I will have to work a little bit tomorrow. Just to get set up for my class this weekend. All right, I'm going to base coat these. Just using my press-on nail rubber base gel. You know, you don't only have to attach the nail with it. You can use it for anything on a press-on nail. You can fill in with it. You can use it for your base coat. It's a one-stop shop press-on nail gel, and it's HEMA-free. So yeah, I just ordered the catering. I ordered the lunch for Monday. Monday's class gets a catered lunch. We're having Italian. We're having fettuccine, 4-cheese lasagna, an Italian salad, garlic breadsticks, and then we have 4 kinds of Italian cheesecake. Yum! Okay, let's cure that. We're also going to need the one-stroke paints I'm using today are fairly simple in color. Let me show you what we're using. 013, this is deep dark purple. You saw a class where you have to bring your own lunch? Oh, I always cater at least one lunch when it's in-house. 011, this is a bright neon orange, and 010 hot pink. And this is the order we're going to put it on the nail. Dark purple to hot pink to orange. Let me show you that so you can see what I'm talking about. See there? All right, so while those are in the lamp, let's go ahead and set up our cosmetic sponge. These are the Walgreen ones. They're nice and dense, like a silicone sponge. I like for my color to have time to soak in these sponges. So I usually set this up first. Not too much because this is super pigmented. Y'all know that are doing ombre with this, right? And because these are longer nails, I'm going to do a double row. Just about like that. So there's purple. Deep dark purple. Oh, Myra, you haven't been to the Waffle House here? Oh my gosh! We have dinner there at least one time a week. It's the, like a hometown little diner, but the one near our headquarters is new, just recently built, and their food is fabulous. It's really good. Matter of fact, we may have that tonight. I love breakfast for dinner. I don't know. We've already had breakfast for dinner twice this week. Maybe not. My deck had to get replaced just before Christmas. All of a sudden, the week of Christmas, my front porch had to be replaced. I was like, oh Lord. And then we got to looking at the back deck, and it had some rotten boards on it too. So it just got replaced last week, and I got me 2 new chairs for my deck, and it's supposed to be 80 here today, but they're not put together yet. So I'm hoping Keith might want to tackle those for me tonight or tomorrow so I can have my deck chairs up. Oh no! Put together. I have a very, very tiny deck at my lake cottage. My lake cottage is just small in general, but it's been so fun living in a small space. It really makes you evaluate what you have, So I'm excited about getting my chairs put together so I can sit out there, drink my coffee, and overlook the deck. Yes. But next week it's going to be in the 60s. Typical spring weather next week. All right. We're going to let this sit here and soak in. I'm going to put some white gel polish on all of these little ladies. I'm not sure what it's going to be this weekend for our class. I haven't looked at it. I think in the 60s. Class is Saturday and Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday and Monday. I was thinking Sunday and Monday, and I said Saturday and Sunday. It's Sunday and Monday this weekend. All right, let's just get this white gel polish on. If you've not tried this white gel polish, it is such a beautiful coverage. I remember when black and white gel polish first came out and they were showing it solid white on the ads, and you had 5,700 coats on it, honey, and it still wasn't white. Y'all remember that? And now we have beautifully pigmented gel polishes at our fingertips. So there's two. My printer is cutting up today, honey. She better stop it. There we go. I'm using these three one-stroke paints, a matte top coat, one stamping plate, and some black whipped cream gel. The stamping plate I'm using today, y'all, is in the 50% off sale. This is a newer plate, too. It's called Fragile but Unbreakable. Clear Jelly Stamper 258. Number 258. And she is half off in that sale. All right, let me just eyeball these. That looks good. In we go. What's your, hey Sunny, how are you? Hi Joy. We're trying a noonday video here for our friends across the pond. Just seeing how that goes for them. Because they're not able to watch at night when we're live. It's too late for them. So yeah, look at this beauty. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to use this one. That's what I have stamped in the background of the nail here. And then I've just lined out a little window around it in the black whipped cream gel paint. How do you know what's on sale, Cindy? You just click the category. Click the little three lines, 1, 2, 3, at the top of either your app or your www.themobilemanicurist.com. Okay. And then click Spring Cleaning Sale. There are hundreds of items in that sale. Only because we're getting ready to have an influx of new product and we have nowhere to put it. And a lot of these items we only have a handful of, and we're not bringing those back into stock. All right, let's put our Velvet Touch matte top coat on there. I like to ombre over matte. It sticks better. You just get an overall an airbrush look to it if you'll put it over matte. You can do it over, just the tacky surface, but I find it's grainy. It looks pixelated when you do that. If you want it really smooth, like typically you have airbrushed it on, you need to put it on over matte. Make sure I'm getting my matte smoothed out here. You lost all the items in your cart in the spring cleaning sale. Is that what you're talking about, Maria? Make sure they didn't sell out, because if you put them in your cart and they sell out before you check out, that might be part of it. I wouldn't think it would be all of them, though. But then again, I don't know what you had in your cart. And I believe this sale goes through this weekend. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. There we go. What's the difference between luster top coat and metallic top coat? I don't have a metallic top coat, love. Right now we only have two top coats, the matte top coat and the wet look top coat. Do you mean metallic glaze? This one? You'll have to clarify for me. Okay, I'm just going to wipe my palette down here. And see what my little sponge has done? Most of it has soaked in there. A metallic glaze is just a sealant. It seals up your shiny surfaces so that it holds your top coat. A shiny surface is no longer sticky. It doesn't have a tacky layer to hold the top coat. This sucks to the nail. It's very sticky. It'll suck to the nail, and then when you cure it, it has a tacky layer that will hold your top coat, but it is not a top coat. Matter of fact, this will be very dull if you use that as your top coat. But it does hold your foils and stuff on. Here we go, GGO. Now this is going to be like really heavy paint to start with. I'm not going to touch that just yet. What I'm doing right now is getting some of this slurped up paint off my sponge so I can start my ombre process. All right, so now we'll just keep going with that. Now I can do the tapping motion, and I'll get a really pretty ombre. These nails are a little bit long, but moving it back and forth, and look how pretty that is. Now I do two coats on my ombre, unless you want it kind of soft and like ice creamy looking. Isn't that pretty? You signed up. What did you sign up for, Sunny? Did you sign up for the class this weekend? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, honey. I went down almost a little too far with my purple on that one. I'm not too concerned about that, because when I put my second coat on, I'll get a nice blend there. If you have a little area like that right there, you can soften that out just by taking a tiny little sponge dauber and just doing a little bit of a blend. Maria says human error for your cart, for your shopping cart. It's okay, boo. Oopsie, I almost dropped her. Where do I get my makeup sponges? These are from Walgreens. You know, nothing's cheap anymore. They're expensive little suckers. Yes, you can. The easiest way to rewatch one of our videos is come back to the app, because you don't have to look for it on social media then. Yes, just come back to the app. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cure all 4 of those. That's a 60-second cure, by the way. I'm going to reload my sponge. You see what happens? It kind of gets blended on your sponge, is why you get such a pretty ombre. Now, I had right much purple on there the first time, so I'm not going to load as much purple for this next coat. Come on, my paints are getting way low in my tubes here. I'm going to have to buy myself some more. A little bit there. This is a great way to kind of clean off the caps of your tubes also. Okay, and a little bit of bright orange. I'm not sure if this is called blaze orange or neon orange on the website, but it's the only orange in the bunch. Only one. And now I'm going to pop in just a tiny bit of purple. Not much. Just what I can clean off the edge of my tip right there, I think. I'll know if I need more once I start it. And since I have a lot of paint on there, that's not really going to soak in the second time. I'm just going to do a little blot right here that I can take my sponge back into if I need to. Right in there. Second coat. Look how beautiful. And let me just show you the difference in the first and the second coat. Right? And second coat with this one. We have a giant restock of clear jelly stamper coming, just in case you have needed to restock anything from there. And last one here. Again, if you're not signed up in our app, go to your app store, type in Mobile Manicurist, and download our new app. I'm actually live through the app today that's broadcasting to Facebook, but it is much clearer and brighter, and the resolution is fabulous over on our app. All right, there we go. Look how pretty. And the lamp. Now these one-stroke paints are so highly pigmented, you want to be sure that you get a full 60-second cure on these. Do not under-cure these. And let me get it off my finger. Typically I would wear a glove. These are my nails I did live last night. Looking good. All right, and we're done with that sponge and paint. We're going to set that aside. We are using Fragile but Unbreakable. Now these newer plates come with the clear acetate and the little gallery card. And the reason for these is so you can position, you know, on the nail to see if it's going to fit before you stamp it and it ends up being too big. I love this because of all the little fancy scrolls in here, but I'm primarily only going to use that one today. Where's she at? She's right in the middle. Now you can stamp this with our one-stroke paint as well if you would like. I'm going to stamp mine with just stamping polish because I have that close by me. But if you have trouble picking up stamping polish, our one-stroke paint stamps really, really, really good. That was a happy little accident that we found out. So yeah. All right, we are at this point. These paints cure to a tack-free surface. And if I have a boo-boo, I want this surface protected. So I'm going to lay down a little bit of outshine because I like to stamp over top of outshine. Holds my stamper really, really well. Just a super thin coat, and then I will cure that only about 10 seconds. Who here is an avid stamper? The blue and white nails, Nana's China, that I had on the website a couple of days ago, they were done with stamping. Carlene, you're a stamper? Who else do I have watching that loves to stamp? I go through phases of where I don't do anything but stamping, and then I go through phases of all I do is foil or hand painted. Or is anybody else like that? Lee is a stamper, she says. Sunny, Cynthia loves to stamp. Okay. I stamp with anything. I can stamp with lacquer. I can stamp with stamping polish. I can stamp with one-stroke paint. Honey, if it don't move, I'm going to try and stamp with it. It does take a certain touch, though, to be able to do it. It's kind of like holding a baby. If you're nervous and that baby knows it, they're going to be crying, honey. If you are a nervous stamper, it's going to show up because you either won't be able to pick up the image or something is going to throw you off in the, you know, the stamping routine. All right, let me just check all my little side walls down here. I don't like those to be ruffly. Oh, I got a ruffly one right there. See it? That will definitely show up. And then I just let this top coat just have a second to sit here and level out. She looks good. Let's do 10 seconds. You're a what's new technique. Hey, Claire from the UK, we're glad you're watching. We're trying out this noonday live for our across the pond viewers. So you guys don't have to stay up till 2 a.m. in the morning. Okay, that got a 10-second cure on it. Let me get my stamper. And a scraper. And a cleanup pad. Make sure she's nice and clean. You love it, Janice? Okay, good. I'm just using plain old black stamping polish today. Nothing fancy, no sticky, no nothing. And this is a big image in the middle of there, and these are big nails. So I am hoping this is big enough to cover the nail. I may have to kind of turn it diagonal is the only thing. Let me make sure I pick all that up. And let's see here. Oh, I think we can fit it. I think we can. There we go. Look how easy that was. Get in a habit before you sit your stamper down. Go ahead and clean it off then so you don't pick it up the next time to use it. You've already inked it and scraped it and you left something on your stamper. I also like to clean my stamping plates with these little plastic back pads. These are scruffy like pads. And they surprisingly hold a lot of acetone. Hear that? It gets down in the little nooks and crannies and gets all that out of there. Plus it protects my fingers. Pick up again. And we'll put it on the nail. I'm just turning my little pattern kind of diagonal to get it to fit on there because these nails are a little bit bigger. Oh, Claire says we've made her birthday being able to watch today. Happy birthday, Claire! You don't think this one is in the sale? I thought all the clear jelly stamper plates were in the sale. I might be wrong. I can't look at it while I'm live. I'll go back and double check it. Let me give this a good shake-see here. Let's see, let me see if this is in the sale. I don't know. Some of them kind of hide in the background. I have noticed that before too. Yes, it is. It is in the sale. Let's see here if I can pop it up. Give me just a second. I don't think it's going to let me. Refresh your screen and it should let you see it. Sometimes they half asleep. They lay dormant. This is fragile but unbreakable. If you don't see it with that one, just pull up the number of the plate as well. All right, I'm going to turn this one a little different. Isn't that pretty? It's so bright and vibrant. And one more. Alrighty. Grab our other nail and pop it on. Now look at these. Look how pretty. That was easy, wasn't it? This is an easy art technique that gives you a big old wow factor. You got it, Marcy? Okay, good. This is fragile but unbreakable, and I believe there's only about 8 or 9 of these plates left in stock. And now clean off my stamper. Take this little lady out of here. I had to restock these girls. We sell a ton of this little stamping cleanup pad. If you have not tried these, like that uber sticky. They are so much stickier than a lint roller. Easy peasy, yeah. And let me clean off my Stampin' Scraper. I do reuse my little stamping cards. And that one is so filled with black ink. Let me get a fresh one just to clean up my plate before I put it back in my holder here. You know, acetone makes your plate have a white residue on it. So after I clean mine, let me get this little bit down here. I give it a spray with some alcohol, and that takes the white residue off of there. I know I'm extra. It's just a thing with me. I like my plates to look really nice and clean and shiny, and it looks like new. I store mine in these little bags. You get a lot of product in these bags from us, so don't throw your bag away. I'll put mine down in here, and then I put the little sleeve right on top of it. Unless you have like a stamping plate album. I know a lot of you guys put them in there. I prefer mine in these ones. All right. So easy. Let's put a matte top coat on these. I'm sure all of that is dry. I'm going to use this. And you could totally stop right here. You don't have to put a window around it. I'm going to frame mine out. This ombre is so gorgeous. It'd be pretty for a palm trees sunset background. So this weekend I am teaching, Sunday is a one-stroke class, and Monday is a scroll work class. That's why they're a little bit intense. You got to have some patience to get through these particular classes. It's not like you're going to end up with 20 nails from 2 days, because you are actually learning and practicing the technique all at the same time. Okay. In we go. Questions on this technique, anybody? let me get my black paint. You can use whipped cream, something like this, or you can use a really pigmented liner gel, as long as it doesn't have to have a top coat on it. If it has to have a top coat, we've already top coated this. I'm going to use my liner gel because I don't want mine to puff up too high. Oh, goodness. There we go. I'm going to use a couple of different brushes. The first one I'm going to use is obviously my 9mm. That's my favorite one, but I'm also going to use a 15mm. No, I'm going to use 20. I'm sorry. 9mm and 20. 20 looks like this. And the reason I'm going to use 20 is when you frame out a nail or put a window, quote unquote, around it, and you're trying to do it with a brush that's too short, you're going to have lots of stops and starts down the side of that nail. See right here? You want one continuous line right there. So now we load up the brush. And that's not this. Don't load up just the tip. You need to work the paint into the entirety of the brush. So now when we start down the side of this, we can lay this brush flat and look. See how easy? Lay the brush flat. Let the belly of the brush do the work. And I'm just going to eyeball it to make sure I have those even. I don't worry about the tip. I will connect the tip at the time I change my brush. I'll do that little bit right here with 9mm. And typically, if the nail is, fairly wide at the back of here, you can use that same 20mm brush just to connect it. All right, and then with both brushes in hand, oh, this one got a little glitter in it. Hold on. Little sparkles. All right, you see how I'm holding both brushes? I switched the one over here, and I just take 9mm and round out this little tip right here. And then we'll pop that in the lamp. Again, 20mm. There's nothing more frustrating than not having the right tool to do something with. Even with a shaky or a trembly hand. I know I've had 2 bowls of coffee this morning. I'm going to say bowl because my mug is giant, and a Diet Coke. And look, my hands are a little bit shaky. Trying to stay awake, honey. All right, and now we'll connect the nose right here. And and go right around this way. But if you want a little dimension, you can use your whipped cream gel. It pops up that paint just a little bit. And that's not a boo-boo in liner. That's part of the stamp design running off the side of the nail there. Isn't it pretty, Claire? If you were close enough, I would put these on you today for your birthday. Again, lay that brush down flat. Every time you load paint into this 20 mm brush, you're loading the entire, all the bristles. You just roll it into your paint. That's why I have excess paint on here, so I can really get this loaded up nicely. And then I want my little brush to do the nose right down here. And so now that little window will stay shiny on top of the matte surface. I will say, if you're going to use the whipped cream gel, don't get it too thick. A sure sign that you've got it too thick is it gets pits in it when it cures. So you can load it in your brush just like I've done here. Just don't glop it on. You'll get the feel for it once you work with it a little bit. And just double checking. Looks good. Now let's do the nose. In the lamp. And now the first ones have cured that I put in there already. Now I'm going to do a double window on this, and I'm going to go down a size in my brush. I'm going to go into the 15 mm brush. It's a nice long striping brush. I love this little lady. Let's go down to 15 mm. She looks like this. And I'm going to do a double window right back here. In other words, I'm going to make it mirror the shape of this nail. So come down just a tiny bit. And then I just kind of widen it out a bit. Once I can have it on there and see which direction I'm going in. Isn't that pretty? It's very subtle because the nail is dark already back in this area, but this black is going to stay shiny on top of a matte surface. And there's my double window. Out of frame? No point telling me I'm out of frame, honey. If I could see it, I would know. I eventually get back in frame. All right, let's do another one. And I kind of start it like right in the middle and drop it down, not 1/4 of an inch, but you know, about right there. It just adds an extra little pop. You could make this one, you know, fairly wide if you wanted to, but I don't want to hide much of my design. Look here how pretty. Oh la la. I love it. We're almost done with these. Good thing my belly's getting hungry. I packed me a turkey sandwich for lunch today, and I'm going to go walk in the park after I eat. Take my daily stroll. And then I am working on something pretty doggone special this afternoon. Let me show you real quick. Here's the startings of her. Wonder what that'll be. I started them last night before I left. All right, there's that one. Take time to do little extra touches like this, y'all. It's so worth it. It just makes it really special. And you know what would be pretty too is where you're starting this right here in the center, you could even put one little teensy tiny rhinestone right there. Wouldn't that be pretty? Yes, Lord. You could chrome this because you know our whipped cream gels you can chrome. If you wanted this to be another color, I like it black because I'm trying to, what I want to showcase is the ombre on there. And we're done. Let's put this in the lamp. All right, I'm going to do a 60-second cure on all of those. Any questions? Then I'll take them out and let you look at them. Do tell you what I'm working on. I can't just yet. Maybe I'll have a photograph up tomorrow. I'm trying to prove a point. I have a lot of people argue with me that you can't put the same artwork on a short nail as you can a long nail, and I disagree. I think as long as it is scaled down, you can put just about anything on a short nail. So this is a short nail, very short nail artwork series I'm working on. All right, here we go, GGO. Let me make sure those are cured. Oh, let me take it about 30 more seconds. Hold on. These are the ones I already had made. So let's get those spaced out here. Do you find it a challenge to do short nails? Will I be at the premiere show this year? No, I'm not coming to that. I thought about doing the show, but I just can't. It's physically, it's very taxing on my body. I have osteoarthritis really, really bad in my feet that onset from COVID that I had before we knew it was COVID. I got sick just a couple weeks before the shutdown. And within about 4 weeks, my feet were like a train wreck. So I have been under a doctor's care for 3 years for that, and it still is pretty significant. Yeah. So it's just too hard on my body right now until I can get some of that under control. So here's the ones we did in the larger sizes. Look how pretty these are. Oh my goodness. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Now you could do these in any color combination. You know, dark purple to blue to green to yellow. I want to try something with red. I almost put in red where the pink was at. Dark purple, red, orange, or red to yellow. So I challenge you, if you've got all of these one-stroke paints, to come up with some color combinations like that. And even the little, oops, I missed one. Even these mystery nails I'm working on, you could do something like that with the same stamped background on it. Again, that plate is in the spring cleaning sale. It's Clear Jelly Stamper CJS 258. It's called Fragile but Unbreakable, and there is only a handful of these left in the website. So I hope you enjoyed this noonday tutorial today. I don't know that I'll be able to go live every day at noon, but I will try to include some of these for our friends across the pond. I see Gita's here. She's in Denmark. Claire is here. She's in the UK. So thank y'all for being here and supporting the noonday nail art, and we'll see if we can continue some of these. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.